Happy Friday, everyone. Let me get this camera fixed. Sorry, for those on YouTube, let me get a little lower. There we go. All right. Folks, welcome to beautiful, sunny Southern California. It's officially showtime. Happy Friday, as I mentioned. If you're not working out on Friday, you're doing this some other time, but we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So today I'm going to teach you how to armor build, okay? What armor build means, we're going to build around the castle, meaning we're going to have a good base today, okay? It's going to be all about holding core, but it's an indirect core hit. So some of you guys that are doing this, you might be surprised when you're actually going through all these moves that I'm going to be having you do. And it's really only 2 moves, technically 3 if you count the rack hold. You're going to notice that you're going to be working your abs, especially if you pick the right kettlebells, okay? I'm actually going a little lighter today because I want to be able to do a few more rounds than normal, but I'll explain how this whole complex goes. The long story short of it is you're going to be holding the kettlebells for a pretty long time in a rack position in every move, okay? We're going to move through it and you're going to thank me when we move, all right? Now, I like to start all these workouts just to give you a little order of operations today. We're going to start out with a little flexibility and mobility stuff to make sure all the joints are ready to go. Then we're going to go into our little tutorial, I'll teach you the moves that you're going to have today. And then from there, we're going to go into the actual kettlebell complex, which is called armor building, as this workout is titled. And then we're going to finish that up. We'll finish with a little mindfulness, a little Friday meditation to kick off the weekend, get our minds right, going into it. And then yeah, we should be good to go for the day. I'm going to have you guys hold your questions for the end, if you could, okay? So meaning I'm going to answer your questions, but just if you're typing to me now and you have questions on here, please save them for the end, especially there. So after the meditation, whatever questions you might have on this, things that might come up, I'll go through it and I'll literally be able to demo it for you. How good is that? I'll be able to show you all the moves that you might have questions about. Does that sound good? All right, well then let's go through that. Let's start with our mobility here, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to bring those fists down and back and interlock those hands, shoulders down and back. You're gonna bring your head to your chest, chin to chest, and then we're gonna look up, chin to chest, look up, go back to center. We're going to go right chin, right chin, right shoulder. I always say that. Then I'll say left chin, left shoulder. I guess it makes sense. The left side of your face. Good. Right. Look right. That sounds better. Look right. And then look left. Good. Come back to center. We're going to go right ear, right shoulder. That makes a little bit more sense. Then left ear, left shoulder. Right ear, right shoulder. And then left ear, left shoulder. Good. From here, you're going to let your head roll one direction, like your head's on a half pipe, and then the other way. So don't roll it back. Just keep it out front. Let the weight of your head do the work, just going gently back and forth. Every little crevice of the neck, you might get a little snap, crackle, and pop if you're so lucky. Good. Let's let it drop. Let's slowly bring it up. All right, from here, what I want you to do is I want you to interlock your hands in front. We're going to get into our halo. So we're going to halo all the way around your head. If you're like me, you have a little top pony going on there. I want you to work all the way around, okay? This is really good for your shoulder mobility. You're going to need this because there's technically a lot of posterior work. I'll explain what that's about when we get into our clean and holds there, okay? Good. Now from here, what I want you to do, bring your arms out. You're going to flip your right palm up. You're going to reach that left arm back, and you're just going to twist. And think of yourself as like untwisting a towel. Good. And switch, other way. So you're twisting your body like you're twisting a towel, letting out the water. And switch. And switch. Good. From here, what I want you to do is I want you to take your sunglasses. I want you to take them off, punch them out. 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 Go the other way. So we're going to punch them out, put them on. Punch them out, put them on. Punch them out, put them on. And punch them out, put them on. Good. We're going to get into, did we do our wrist? I don't remember. I don't think we did. So we're going to circle the first direction. No, we didn't because I need this today. This is going to be good for me, especially holding these kettlebells in that rack position. Let's go the other direction. I actually gave you guys a little tutorial this week too about if you want to check, go back and you'll see it's basically holding a good rack position. It's nice for this one. This is going to make a lot of sense when we go into it. It's also posted with the Kettlebell Kings. Good. So from here, if you need to hang on to something for balance, that's fine. Otherwise, find your balance. You're going to bring your knee up, out, and down. Up, out, down. Up, out, down. It's like a standing fire hydrant. Up, out, down. Let's go the other way. So out, in, down. Out, in, down. Out, in, down. And out, in, down. So the other leg. In, out, down. And what's better than this, by the way? Working out in the sun. I get to bronze as I get to kettlebell. How good is that? Let's go the other way. Ooh, it's getting to be summertime here. Good. Now from here, legs down, Hands on your hips. We're going to circle those hips first direction here. Big hip circles. Let's go the other way with it. And from here, let's place our hands on our knees. We're going to circle our knees out first direction here. Other way. Good. From here, come tall. We're going to just circle the ankles first direction. This always feels good for me. Let's go the other way. Good. Let's do that other foot. Let's go the other direction. Good. Let's go wide with those feet. Let's squat it on down. Take your knees or your elbows, prime in between your knees and open up. If you have bells here, you can also lay back. That'll help you sit in a little deeper if you're having a hard time. This requires a lot of ankle mobility. So while we're down here, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been working with kettlebells since probably, I guess, 2010 or 11. And I got certified back in 2017 with my Strong First Level 1. Come on up. I'm now what's called Strong First Elite, meaning I have all of the certifications. So the Level 1, Strong First Level 2, which are both kettlebell certs. So I like to tell people I have my doctorate in kettlebelling. I also have the barbell certification and the bodyweight certification. All of it kind of contributes to all of this. The reason I always love the kettlebells is because it teaches human movement. That's a really nice way to think of it, because when you're moving it in an unweighted way, your body has to acclimate and adapt. It's also free weight, so it allows you to move in the natural way that works for you, okay? So kettlebells have been really good for me personally. I know there's a plane going over, so bear with me. So I can't help the air traffic here. I have a fitness business that I coach people in person. I also go online. I have people I coach online. So if you're interested in that, you can always reach out, send a DM there. And then also I have some really exciting stuff coming up. I have a book coming out with the Kettlebell Kings. I've been kind of telling you guys this for a little bit, but my website's coming together. So for those of you guys that signed up for the email list on my website, theformulafitness.com. theformulafitness.com is the website. There's a little link at the top that says kettlebell sign up. You can click that, get on the email list, and I'm going to have some new, really good new stuff to offer you. And the book's going to come out at around the same time when that's already in launch for you too. So really exciting stuff. I'm really excited that you guys are here today. And I say we get into it. So that's enough about me. Some of my hobbies, I like to surf. I always like to tell you guys this. I've been vegan for 12 years. And what else? I ride a motorcycle. I like to play hockey tonight. I'm a big hockey fan too. And yeah, anything that's active, I like it. But I'm glad to share this with you and my over decade of experience, and whatever questions you might have, save to the end. I'm happy to be here with you. I hope you're happy to be here with me in the sunshine. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about armor building. So we'll go through a little bit of theory and then we'll get into it. Okay, I'm going to try to be as brief as possible so we can get into the workout. Now, all it really is just I need to teach you a clean, two-handed. So you need 2 kettlebells for this and a squat. Okay. Now, what I tell you to make the decision on this, it's basically what you're able to front squat with 2 kettlebells. Okay, and clean, of course, but the clean shouldn't be as hard as the squat. All right. Now, with that factored in, it's not going to necessarily be your heaviest. You're not trying to max out on this, because if you go for a max out there, you're going to be crushed when we do a few rounds, because you also have to be able to hold these kettlebells for 1 minute, basically. It's close to a minute here, okay? So I'll explain what that looks like when we're going through the actual workout. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, so that'll help determine your kettlebell size based on your squat weight. Number 2 is I'm going to take you through the technique of the clean. So you need to be able to technically have a double clean in your arsenal. I'll go through it relatively quick, but that's kind of a prerequisite. And then also a double kettlebell front squat, okay? Could you do this with 1 bell? Yes, but it's going to be a little awkward. Basically, you would do a 2-hand swing. I'm not even going to show it. And then you would bring it up to a goblet, okay? So for some of you guys that don't have that advancement to do the double bells yet, I definitely recommend you doing a single arm. You're just not going to get much out of it because just holding a goblet. Yes, you'll get something out of it, but it's not going to be as impactful as this, because you can obviously do more weight when you do double bells, just so you know, okay? But you could do this all with a single bell, but like I said, I'm only going to show the double bell one. All right, so that's going to be how that works today. Let's get into the clean here, okay? So we'll start out with the clean. I'm going to go through this really briefly, and then we'll go into it. So remember, to clean, you need to be able to double swing. So we need 2 bell sizes that are going to be scaled to your squat. All right, so let me take you through this. You can do this with me, or you could just watch and kind of get the technique down, and then we'll be good to go. So you're going to notice when I line this up, I always do a step to stick my foot into the ground. Step, okay? I have about arm's distance. So when I go down, like my fingertips are going to touch the bell, I'm going to take my hands, knife them in, send my hips back. Okay. Now my fingertips are on here. I can't quite grab the bell, so I have to tilt them towards me. And then I shift my weight back into my hips there. Okay. This is going to load me up, where if I let these go, I would fall down. All right. Now when we clean, when you do a swing, the angle goes outward. This is going to be more up. So you're going to see when I kettlebell clean, it's going to look like this. And I bring it up. Okay. Just like that. All right. And then when I go to re-clean, I swing back through, back swing, and come tall. Okay. And then I hold a good rack position. Now, good rack position, wrists are straight. You're actively pushing back into the kettlebell. Okay. So that's really important here. That was the video I was talking about that I made. It's just really thinking about pushing back in, because we don't want broken wrists on this. When you do, the bell starts moving away from your body. It's just going to make your life a lot harder when you're cleaning and squatting. Okay. So really simply put, if you want to do some cleans with me, we're going to do 3 cleans right now. You can line it up. We're going to go through all those steps. 3 cleans here. So let's go step, step. Take your hands, drive them in your hips, send them back. Hands on the bell. Shift your weight back. All right, let's go 3 cleans. 3, 2, 1. Here's 1, 2. 1 more. 3. Good. Park the bells. Good. And shake it out. Okay. So a couple questions you might have. Why am I breathing like that? All right. The timing of that should be right when you hinge. Okay. So it should be a quick power breath. If you notice, look at my stomach here. When I do that breath, you see, it tightens it up. So when the bells are moving away from my body, you're going to hear me time it. It's always at that ballistic hinge. So as soon as my hips go here, that's when the breath happens. What a lot of people do is when they go here, they'll do it when they're receiving the bells. But remember, those bells shouldn't be banging your wrist. So always think about cleaning to more of the low pull than actually to the rack, okay? So you want to clean lower, all right? So it should be here and you receive it, and then you receive the bell rather than bringing it up here and catching it, okay? That's your little tip on that. All right, that's going to be it with the clean. I'm going to assume you guys are all good on that. Remember, no broken wrists. Keep them straight. If they're breaking, go lighter, please. All right, let's get into the squat. So now the kettlebell squat, a couple things I want you to pay attention to before we even lift these up. Okay, so with this, if you need to, because you might be a little wider, if you have not the longest legs like myself, you'll see when I clean, sometimes I'll do a little step in because my squat stance might be a little tighter, okay? Now, I always want to think about corkscrewing my feet into the ground, but watch my knees when I do that. They externally rotate. You see that? How when I corkscrew them in, and then when I go down, I'm active, and then I'm corkscrewed up. That way, you're not going to see any of this caviness in the knee, okay? That didn't even look nice, right? So you think about corkscrew, strong position, okay? If you're not corkscrew, there's a good chance that your ankles are going to be moving all around, and you might start caving in, okay? So be aware of that. So if you want to try this with me, before we even pick the bells up, let's just do 3 corkscrew squats. So corkscrew it in, actively pull your hips into the hole, and then up. Okay, again, actively pull into the hole, and then up. Let's go 1 more. Actively pull into the hole, and then up. Cool. Okay, that felt pretty good. When we transfer to the kettlebells, as long as you're able to hold that corkscrew, you know it's the right bell size, okay? But this is the limiting factor, so be aware of this. If this feels too heavy, please go down to bell size. No big deal. All right, so I'm going to go step, step, hips. All right, I'm going to clean it up. Hold the position. Okay, let's corkscrew it in. We're just going to go 3 squat. Let's corkscrew down. Hup. 1. Hup. 2. 1 more. Hup. 3. Good. Okay, and park. So a little tip for you, if you notice, different than the t or the s breath, I'm going hup, okay? Could you do the s breath? You could, but there's a big reason why I go hup. I want you to see something at the bottom. Not only is that hup, obviously creating that hup cue in the stomach, but when I go down, watch, hup. You see how I get that hup, little rise, hup. That little diaphragmatic breath where it lets it out a second is gonna be helpful, okay? So you're gonna hear me say hup every time I do a squat with the bells. And you should hear it. Let it out. It's like a battle cry. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to go one clean. You're going to hold the rack position. We're going to corkscrew in, and then we're going to focus on that hub, okay? Actually, I said 3. Let's just do 2 here, okay? I just want you to kind of feel what that feels like. So step in, hands on the bell. Let's clean it up. Let's corkscrew it in. All right, here we go. Down, active, hub. There's 1. 1 more. Hub. 2. Good. And park. Nice. Okay. So there you have it. Those are all the moves you're doing. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is going to be really quick because you already did it. You cleaned it up. you're holding a rack. At the top of the squat, you're holding a kettlebell rack, okay? So the top of the rack is literally just holding the kettlebell. Now, here's what I want you to think about, because this is called armor building for a reason. We're building around the castle, AKA your castle is everything. Here, tight, okay? Now, if you think of this at the top, think of a hard style elbow plank. That's where your elbows are going back and your toes are coming forward. Everything's locked in, so glutes are on, and we're down here into the rack, okay? Your elbows shouldn't be out here because now you're gonna put too much pressure on your front delts. Hold them into the socket, okay? We're gonna hold a good rack position for about 5 seconds. Hold on, planes are flying by. We got the boys. See you, boys. 1 second, okay. As I told you, it's a fly zone. So back to the kettlebell rack position, I want to focus on this because you should be under tension here. If you're loose, or just a common thing is I'll see people leaning back, soft knees. We don't want that, okay? This is hard style. We're gonna lock our quads in. We're gonna lock our glutes in. And we're gonna be nice and tall with the lats into the socket, or shoulders in the socket. So we're holding, so this should be tight here. Not this, you're holding it down, okay? We're gonna hold a 5-second rack, and I wanna see you in a plank position standing with the kettlebells, okay? So let's line it up. We're just gonna clean it up, step, hips, hands. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, clean it up, and we're gonna hold. Now take a second. Are your glutes on? Is the stomach on? Are your lats into place? This is armor right here. You're building around the castle. Good, and park the bells. Okay, that's it, okay? Those 3 moves are really all you need for this. This is a pretty simple complex, but here's what I like about it, and this is what I want you to think about when we're talking about how you can advance this. Normally when I do this, I only do 3 rounds, okay? Meaning this whole complex only takes 6 minutes because it's a minute on basically and a minute off, minute on, minute off. So the way it's gonna work, we're gonna go 1 swing, you're gonna go 1 clean it up, hold the 3-second rack. I'm gonna count you, so don't get ahead of me. Then I'm gonna say squat, and then you're gonna come up, hold the 3-second rack. Then we're gonna clean again, 3-second rack, clean again, and squat, 3-second racks in between each one, okay? That's what makes this so challenging, but also really effective. Now, the reason why I only do 3 rounds is because right now I picked a weight that I can do. Normally when I'm doing this, it's either with double 24s or double 28s. I have double 20s right here because I'm considering, 1, I'm gonna be coaching you guys, but also number 2, I wanna be able to talk to you guys while we're going also, okay? But normally, like, I choose a pretty heavy weight, and if I do it like that, the whole time you're going here, when you finish that round of 3, so because it goes clean, it goes clean, squat, then clean, squat, then clean, squat. So you go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, okay? With the rack holds in between, all right? Now, when we do this, that whole time takes, it's not quite a minute, but it's right under it, okay? So you're basically working for a minute, then you get a minute off, but that's 1 cycle through. Then you do usually 3 cycles. You can judge your progress by the weight, but remember, you need to have a lot of tension. So I'm advising you in this workout to go a little lighter than normal, because I'm gonna have us do probably about 5 or 6 rounds on this one, okay? Probably 6, depending on how we feel, but you should pick a weight to be able to do it. And then when you wanna go on your own, pick it up after you learned everything that we need to learn here. Yeah, you'll be able to kind of go from there and choose a heavier weight, okay? But in this one, I'd advise you go lighter, and then you can always go heavier, okay? I'm going to do a relative time, because what I like to do in these workouts is, rather than keeping a clock and keeping you guys so strict on it, I'm going to use what's called the TOG test. So I'm going to take a little time. I'll give you guys some cues, so you have plenty of time to recover. But normally it's a minute on and a minute off, okay? So what I like to also have is a workout partner count of me. But you guys obviously have me as your workout partner, so that'll be fine. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some chalk, okay? That's what this is here for. I'm going to chalk up real quick, okay? Some of you guys might need that yourselves, okay? And then, once my hands are pretty powdery, right here, bam, okay? We're gonna get into this, okay? So follow along. The thing is, the good part about this is you don't need to think about it, you just go. If you jump the gun, you just add another rep, okay? So listen to my cues. I'm gonna say clean, hold, and then I'm gonna just give you a little count, then I'm gonna say squat, okay? Follow what I say. Don't go get ahead of me, because the goal isn't to rush this. The goal is to hold that rack position, then make sure we check that plank. Got it? All right, I think it's time to work out, guys. We got a beautiful Friday. Let's do this thing. All right, starting out, we're gonna go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Just follow along. All you need to do is listen to me. You're good. All right, here we go. 5 seconds here. Let's line it up. Step, hips on. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean. Hold. Squat. Hup. Hold. Clean. Clean. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Clean. 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 Hold that tight rack. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Hold. Park the bells. Good. All right. And breathe. One cycle done. All right. I said 3 seconds. Really big asterisk. Throw this in there. It's 5-second holds. I meant to say 5. So I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, I've done this so many times. I just know what it is. That's why I'm breathing heavy. It's a 5-second rack hold, okay? So asterisk, put this in front, okay? You did the first round. 5-second rack hold in between each single move, okay? When you put it down, if you're like me, your heart rate should be pretty high. Mine definitely is, okay? So I'm feeling this one. If you're not and you're still keeping good tension, go up a bell size, okay? If it's too heavy and you're barely clearing it or finishing or feeling you have to throw them down when you finish, go down to bell size. That's why we have all these bells. If you don't, order some more. The King's got plenty. They got a bunch in stock right now. Okay. You ready for this? Round number 2. Okay, let's line it up. Now you know what you're getting into with a 5-second rack hold. Here we go. Let's go step, step, hips, hands. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean. 5-second hold. Squat. Hup. Hold. Clean. Hold. Clean. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Hold. Clean. Clean. Hold. Clean. Hold. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. Hold. Park the bells. Good. Okay. 2 cycles down. Breathe. I'll give you a second. See this? You see this right here? I got a sweat going. Maybe you do too. If you're anything like me. This is a good one. I love armor building. How nice is it? I know you love it too. Okay. So, a couple tips. Anyone here? Anyone out there feeling in their cylinder yet? Their stomach working for them? I can tell you, those rack holds add up, okay? If you're not feeling it in the hold, you're likely not as tense as you need to be, okay? This is a really hard thing because what happens is people see a lot of these moves we do, they follow along, they're gentle, they're soft, they're like, that wasn't that bad. They go up a bell size, they drill in even worse habits where they look like this. So really make sure quads are locked, glutes are locked, stomach's locked. You're fully locked out in this, okay? This is hard style, okay? If you do any other styles, that's fine. Do your other styles on your own time. But right here, we're doing hard style here on Alex's time. All right, here we go. I don't know. I'm trying to kind of keep it light for you too. Let's line it up. Round number 3. Here we go. 5 seconds here. Step, step, hips, hands in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean. Hold. Squat. Hup. Hold. Clean. Hold. Squat. Hup. Hold. I know I missed one. Keep going. Just do as I say. Clean. Hold. Squat. Hup. Hold. Clean. Okay, we're going to go into 3 clean here. Hold. Clean. Clean. Squat. Hup. Squat. Hup. squat, hup, hold, and park the bells. Good. All right, handshake. So we did the same volume. The second round, I had you do just double. I just had you go back and forth between the cleans and the squats. I'm breathing right now. Let me breathe for a second. Whew, there it is. Okay. So if you're working out with a partner or even with me, what I did right there, a lot of times if I catch people jumping the gun or getting ahead of me on the clean or the squat, I'll do exactly what I just did to make sure they're listening to the cueing so they're not getting ahead, okay? Like I said, if you do an extra one or you jump the gun early, follow along. You just add another rep for you, okay? I wouldn't advise it. All right, that was 3 down. So normally I would be done after that, okay? I would be good, but because I went a little lighter, I'm gonna add 3 more rounds for you, okay? If you guys are just getting the fundamentals of this, now's a good time to decide if you have 3 rounds left, either go up, either go down, or stay the same, depending on where you're at, okay? If you're struggling and barely finishing, again, please go down to bell size. If you're like, hey, my tension's good, I'm holding the rack solid, well, then consider going up a bell size or build up. This is a one that you can do week in, week out and see yourself get better. Okay, let's do this. Round number 4. Step, step, hips, hands, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold. You're on the cycle of 3. Clean, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold. Park the bells. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to feel it now. You might be too. Okay. See why I usually only do 3, but we're into this. I need to chalk up too. I can tell my hands might be getting a little slickery here. Okay. So I'm going to chalk. The chalk just dries them out a little bit, especially on hot days like this. Just chalk up. No big deal. Okay. I'm walking around right now. There's not much more I can key you on. You know what this feels like now. I'm going to sit here and think about life. Think about how I'm going to get through these next 2 rounds. Okay, but I think I got it. Okay. I use the talk test. That's when you can have a normal conversation. I'm still huffing and puffing a little bit, so I'm going to let it come down. Okay. Really tight on that last one, though, guys. That was good. See if you can make this even tighter. This is going into round 5 right here. Second to last round here, okay? We only have 2 left. Remember, if you do have questions and you're typing to me in the chat, I will find you after. Save your questions for the end. Okay, let's go into round 5. You ready for this? Follow my count here. Let's go step, step, hips, hands. Tilt those bells back in 4, 3, 2, 1. Clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold. Park the bells. Good. 5 down. 5 down. Nice job. We got 1 more. Breathe. I'm gonna take a second. I love armor building and I love working out with you. I hope you like it as much as I like it. I'm gonna be good after this round though, for sure. So you'll see me between rounds. I call fast and loose, like you have beads of water, which I do from the sweat, like I'm shaking it off my body right now, okay? You can do that at home too. It helps. A lot of lactic acid builds up on this, especially holding that rack. Now you're starting to see, because we got one round left, is your armor built yet? If not, it's coming close for sure. Okay, we got one more cycle of this. Let's finish strong. Whatever you got in the tank, how much tension can you have? How tight can you keep it? Remember those glutes and quads and abs, okay? Really pay attention, and then lock those shoulders in, lats on. Let's do this last round. Here we go. Let's do it. Step, step, hips, hands, tilt the bells back. Clean, hold, squat, hup, hold. Clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, clean, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold, squat, hup, hold. How tight can you be here? And park the bells. And you have just completed building your armor. I can't even talk. I'm a little lightheaded right now. Maybe you are too. Nice work though, guys. High fives all around. Yeah, that's good. It's a good workout. I like the way that feels. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let my heart rate come within reason, because we're gonna get into a little mindfulness next, a little meditation. Okay, but I want to bring the breath down first. So if you're like me, your heart rate's high. Before we take a seat, let yourself come down, the breath come down. If you have an iWatch, hopefully it's flipped the other way. Check your pulse. Make sure it's with the range. You can breathe comfortably. Your heart rate's not too high. Okay. So I do like to end every workout with a little meditation. I just do it because I think we all could use a little clarity. This isn't like any type of really religious experience. It's more just to keep your mind clear. You're going to be a lot better off from it, because you're elevated really high right now. So we're just going to neutralize it a little bit, and you're going to feel really balanced for the weekend, wherever you are. Okay. Let's take a comfortable seated position. Okay. We're going to cross leg. For those of you guys, find wherever's comfortable. I'm going to cross my legs here. Okay. From here, I'm going to take my hands, yogi fingers I call these. Put them on the top of my knees. I'm going to raise the crown of my head up. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to take a deep breath into the nose and out the nose. Feel that breath going all the way down to your belly on the inhale, and then full deflation on the exhale. In and out. And every breath deeper than the last. In and out. In and out. And as you keep your eyes closed, as you're keeping that breath going in and out, I want you to start to find clarity. That means clearance of mind, clearance of everything we just did. Just find a blankness, or what I call nothing, no mind, the void. And connect with the nothing, where you almost just don't think anymore. That's why I like no mind. It's like nothing's going on. All you do is breathe and just be. Keeping those eyes closed, keeping that breath nice and deep, just to start to bring, if you could, awareness back into your body, where you are in time and space. Start to wash over all that work you just did, and just find the relaxation right now in the breath. you could, take your hands, place them both over your physical heart. I want you to feel your heartbeat beating for you tirelessly throughout the day. On average, it's going to beat about 100,000 times a day. Now's a good time to give back whatever your heart needs right now. Maybe a little bit more lightness, love, whatever you feel like your heart needs, just give it back a little something. Good. If you could, take your hands, bring them to a prayer position. Just bow our head. Okay, from here, because we're finding a little clarity in our mindset right now, I want you to think about something in your life that gives you peace. Whatever that looks like for you, it could be anything. It could be a person, maybe a pet, maybe it could be your workouts. In this case, maybe after your workouts. I want you to find something that gives you peace right now, if you could. Just unload whatever gratitude onto that thing that you need that gives you peace. Let it go on that. Good. From here, no rush, hands back to those knees. You could gently start to bring those eyes, blink those eyes open. Maybe the world looks a little brighter. Maybe your day looks a little brighter. All right, well, thanks for joining me on that, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time and coming out with me today. I'm going to open it up to a Q&A now. Okay, I see there's some questions on here. I am going to start on YouTube first, and then I'll come to Instagram. But you could start typing your questions now, because this is going to be the only way I see it, because sometimes it gets lost in the abyss because so many people join these, and it lets me know when you join, but I don't always see what's written there. Okay, so just feel free to type now whatever questions you might have, okay? So let's see what we have. Hi from Southeast Georgia. Hi, Beth. Good to see you. Let's see. Good workout. Have the neighbors peeped yet? That's a good question. I'm sure. I mean, we're in a tight quarters here. Unfortunately, like, I'm kind of loud. So, but I have good relationships with all of them. So we're good on that. Good question. Good coaching. Thanks. You're welcome, Beth. Glad to keeping notes for this one. Good. I'm glad. It's 91 in West Texas. Yeah, that's hot. It's beautiful here. It's probably 62 degrees, but in the sunshine, it feels like 70. Neighbor was ducking down behind the wall. Yeah. So see, look, they do pass through. I didn't even notice because I was in the zone. Okay. We have Chili in the house. Let me see who else. I'm just scrolling up to see if there's questions that you guys might have. Okay. So like I said, open up. We're officially in any Q&A questions. Let me see. What do we got here? Open it up. So if you do have questions, now's the time to ask. I don't really see any, just like kind of about the neighbors. On Instagram, I don't usually always see them. So if you did ask me them, I do apologize. But yeah, guys, if you don't have questions, this is a really good workout. You can really take the time to develop this. Over time, what you'll find is I like to measure this every now and again. I don't do this complex every week. You could totally do it if you want to develop your squats and your good rack position. If you're newer to kettlebells, I would definitely recommend this one maybe once a week, and you can start to build up over time. So in this case, like, I did 6 rounds here. I was with the double 20s for me. That felt good for 6 rounds. Okay. Like I told you, I usually only do 3 rounds. I'm between the 24s and the double 28s. It's pretty heavy, because when I do the double 28s, it's 2/3 my body weight. So being able to move that, yeah, I better be in the zone for that. Okay. But I usually prefer the double 24s because I just like my technique and form more, because I feel like I could hold the good rack position. Okay. I highly recommend that, because if you want to develop this armor right here and building around the castle, that's going to come from your rack position there. Okay. So that's what I can tell you on that one. Let's see. So Peter's a good question. I have one question here. Peter asked, he's new to bells. He wants to know how long I've been training with kettlebells. I think it's a little over 10 years now. I didn't get my first certification officially until 2017. But I've been training with them since 2011. And I had some pretty good coaches. And a lot of the things you see, like I said, I did my level 2 certification through Strong First. So I had to get really good at them pretty quick. I also, I'm pretty smooth with them because I've done so many reps. That's all I can say. So if you're new to bells, don't be discouraged. You're like, oh, my form doesn't look exactly like yours. Mine didn't used to look like this either. It took a lot of years to be able to get here and to be able to move them a lot smoother. I remember when I used to do my cleans, I would bang my wrist every time. A lot of times it was because I was hanging onto the bell too tight, or I quite frankly, wasn't strong enough. So that's one thing you'll learn as you do workouts or complexes like this. You will get stronger. That's why I highly recommend keeping some type of control over them, meaning you do the same ones every week. That way you can match and go and advance and increase your tension. Okay. So hopefully that helps some of you guys with that. And yeah, so there's a few people that are just getting into kettlebells. So this is a good basic one if you have double bells, but don't forget, if you are only doing it with one bell, you could totally do it. It would just be a two-handed swing, and then you bring it up to a goblet stance and you do a goblet squat, okay? For those of you guys that are really new, I would highly recommend doing the same exact thing, but with a single kettlebell. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you get out of here. It's a beautiful Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me wherever you are in this world. I hope you enjoyed my little setup here in Venice Beach, and I really am excited to bring all the things that are coming your way. You can check out my Instagram. I have a lot of good free information on there. My website's being redone. I told you guys I have books coming out. There's a lot of things I'm gonna be able to offer you guys that I'm working really hard to be able to get those as soon as possible for you. So make sure you sign up for my email list. And as always, make sure you're watching the Kettlebell Kings, because I always do nice posts with them, and they always are making sure that I give you guys good information. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to the Kettlebell Kings, and thank you for coming out. Guys, have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy yourself. Live this life. Live strong. Live with intention. Have some fun this weekend. I'll see you Instagram, and I will see you YouTube.